Hello Internet, I'm Firebolt and welcome to probably the last episode of a very long series of Civilization 5. I think this has been going on for about a year and a half. I've never done this well in a game of Civilization 5. I was just checking that. I think I'm close to like the best score, like the top score that you can get, that it like gives you someone to compare yourself to in history at the end. And I'm more than double second place here in terms of score. I think over 40, close to 40 cities at least. Just check that quickly. Yeah, currently actually 40 cities, which is bizarre. I don't know, maybe I've just gotten better at the game, maybe I just got lucky. I mean, it seems like a weird thing where a fair amount of my success might be due to, and I haven't actually seen this in other games, sometimes even if I hadn't even like properly attacked them, like they'd be attacking me and I just defended successfully, just gifting me a city. A lot of cities have been gifted to us, especially that fucking thing with our first war with Greece, where I think they gave us, what, 6 cities or something ridiculous like that? I burned 2 of them down because they were useless, but still, like, that is the best peace treaty you're gonna get, and I'm not even sure if I, like, went for Athens at that point. I think I was just scratching the surface of Sparta. But, yeah, I just got unlucky, I think. I'm not sure in future games that I play on my own, not on the channel, likely. Although I might get Civ 6 and play that on the channel at some point, I'm not sure. I might just start playing on one of the higher difficulties in future. But without further ado, let's get on with the episode. So we were going to go and take all of Greece, but well, we took their capital, Athens, as well as Argos, which we renamed to Tesco's. We were going to go for these islands here because they weren't letting up, they weren't giving us a peace treaty. I think that is because you have to be at war with someone for a certain amount of turns before you can even make peace. Otherwise it's just sort of like, oh, you could just declare loads of tiny wars and make peace very quickly. It's just a thing in the game. So that's not necessarily even them being that stubborn, it's just they couldn't declare peace. Declare peace, make peace, I don't know. This actually used to be Greek, they just gifted that to us like this turn, so that's why there's Greek troops there. But yeah, that was Pergamon, I think. Yeah, we just asked for that in a peace treaty just because we need to get something out of that. Well, we were going to send like our entire navy to do that, which is this one ship, because I haven't actually built like hardly any navy in this game, but I can just buy it at any point because my economy's, I've got more money than I know what to do with. But we are looking at victory this episode, so that could be through likely 2 ways. I mean, it might not even be this episode, but I think if it is going to be this episode, it would probably be science victory, which means building all our spaceship parts, but also we need to research the necessary parts. Have we got everything that actually gives us our spaceship parts? We haven't yet, because we need to get mobile tactics for particle physics and also robotics, and I think it's just robotics for nanotechnology, which gives us stasis chamber, that gives us our engine. I'm not actually sure what I want to go for yet, because I am actually considering trying to get a cultural victory, which, I mean, that's kind of complicated because you wouldn't normally expect to get a culture or conquest victory on this kind of map, but I'm probably not going to get conquest victory, but just because of how many civilizations I put into the game. I might get a culture, even though it would be quite difficult, but just because of how many cities I've got and how many great works that has and all that jibbly bits, and also like the great wonders. I have only actually got 6 at the moment, so I might have to wait for next episode if I was going to go down that route. But the internet doubles tourism output, which should really start boosting me. And well, if you look at that, that's just like how much like I've locked down 6 civilizations that I will probably stay influential over. But if we go by influence by player, I'm quite close to becoming influential in a lot of places. The main issues would be India and Greece, but Greece I'm probably going to get closer to because of I'm getting closer geographically to them, I guess, and I've just destroyed them, basically. I've destroyed their capital. Well, I've just occupied it, so... Polynesia would be quite difficult as well. Ottomans, it's looked like that would come along in due time. Indonesia maybe. China and Brazil probably. And Arabia would be quite a hard one to stick as well. Yeah, I think, and there is also diplomatic victory that I could get. I don't think I've put on time victory because I feel like that's a bit sort of unsatisfactory. Oh yeah, by the way, because with time victory that would mean that I think the game ends in 2050, but I think since I've turned that off, that should just continue on if we don't win by then, but we should win by then. Yeah, World Congress wise, see, because it's a weird thing where I was just a bit too late when Alexander, I think it was, he'd like bought a city-state off of me, or like, I think actually done a coup, and we'd drawn in terms of votes, but since he'd already was there, I think it just defaulted to him. So we've now got quite a ridiculous situation where I've got 34 seats because of my allies, and I've been buying more in the meantime, and he's got less than half mine, so it's just quite a bizarre situation, that. But I will probably continue to buy city-states, and I believe if I do go for globalization, yeah, 1 additional delegate in the World Congress for every spy is a diplomat in another civilization capital, and I could quite easily move my spies to go do that because I don't actually really need them rigging elections anymore. It's just more sort of better than me having to continue paying them. But yeah, I could easily move these guys to other places of capitals as diplomats and get, yeah, 5 total extra delegates if I needed that in a quick boost. But that just tends to tell you like what their like political plans are, kind of. I'm not actually sure how that would work in a multiplayer game. It can't read what a human player is doing necessarily. Like if they're planning to declare war on someone, like it can maybe make a guess about building an army or something, but it'd have to be fairly surface level information. I mean, for the most part, building wise, we're just like building random, just sort of useful buildings around the place. I mean, to be honest, I could probably convert a lot of these into just making wealth or research. That would probably be more useful, but it feels more satisfying just actually getting stuff done by building up my cities, I guess. So I'm not actually sure like what's got things like generate tourism. Yeah, like this hasn't got any great works, and I doubt, no, it's not really got anything that would generate tourism. I think it's annoying. I don't think there's actually just like a generic building that generates tourism. It has to be something unique, like a great work or wonder that would do that. But also I am well, I have got nuclear missiles and atomic bombs all over the place, just in case someone pisses me off at the wrong time and tries to invade me or whatever, and I can basically just kill them. I have a kill switch if someone wants to fuck with me. I wonder why I'm not more popular. I'm not sure what Mongolia is doing. I think they are coming back from a war, either, I think it must have been a couple of episodes ago, with the Iroquois. I can't remember a lot of what happened since, but they might be doing something. Also, they fucking kidnapped my great prophet, and that's my prophet, but hopefully they at least use it so it spreads Satanism. But I don't even need it to spread it, it's just quite nice to have my religion about. I mean, the default is just sort of build a factory or something sciencey. Let's just go for something sciencey, or something that makes money. Research lab here. Also, we do need to conserve aluminium, because weirdly there was this thing, I think I can only actually find aluminium on one place on the map that's not already in my empire that I'm aware of. Oh yeah, we also got satellites last time, so we can actually see everything on the map now, which is pretty cool. Incidentally, it's also passed in the game date the Opto's birth. Oh yeah, it's just general sciencey things, I suppose. I could convert it into research, but where's the fun in that? See, this is actually in a desert, so I could build a solar plant here, and I'm going to. I've got enough uranium to build like nuclear plants, but I just can't be asked. A lot of these I could just build like food things like aqueducts, because it would be a lot more useful. Purgatory is still in resistance, and it will be for quite a while, so oh well. We're having to do a lot of repair because we haven't nuked 2 places in relatively quick succession. To be honest, I mean, I think it'd probably be best not to nuke somewhere that I know that I can fairly comfortably invade. Just like nuke somewhere if you just want to get rid of it rather than invade it, I think. But I don't know. I have actually got a second naval unit here, a nuclear submarine, just in case I need it. To be honest, it'd probably be best to keep around here because Polynesia's navy's trapped inside my inside sort of not my borders, but like in between my borders, so that's kind of awkward. And if they do declare war on me at any point, because they're not my biggest fans, as like literally no one is. I mean, the Iroquois are, but that is at this point just because they're scared that I would blow them to Kingdom Come if they tried anything, which I reluctantly would probably do. Yeah, this entire army was just moving out to sea, but I can just short these guys back up because I don't need them anymore to do that thing. But, I mean, I suppose since we have got a massive military here, what do we actually want to do with it? Do we want to just, like, sell it and... or just, like, keep it in our cities for defense? Or do we actually want to go and invade more places? Because we could very easily do that. Additionally, in terms of, like, diplomatic victory, just ideas on how to get more allies. See, these two I'm not keen on trying anything with because they've got just too much influence with Greece. It would just take a long time to wear down. So if there's literally anyone else I can get, Almaty for example, just need 97 influence. That's fairly simple for me. But in terms of military, I could go on to fight Arabia. It's just quite an awkward thing to do geographically. Because I could take Berlin relatively easily. Could even liberate it, but I have no real interest in helping Germany because they've denounced me, so there's no real point. And I could move up through there. It's just a really awkward place to invade from because of the Himalayas. And there might be another mountain range in there somewhere, I'm not sure. I'm bad with mountains. I'm pretty good with geography, but mountains I have no fucking clue about. I mean, I could even attack Brazil, but there's no point. They aren't my friends, but like they don't hate me, so like, we have open borders. It's just that they're neutral to my existence, I think, because it's in their best interest. Over here, I mean, I've not really got much of a stronghold over here. I've got dotted cities about that could hold their own whilst being defended. They couldn't really invade anywhere per se. I could go have a crack at India, if I'm honest. Well, they've got Delhi, and I'm not going to try to pronounce that. And also I think Mumbai down. Oh, that's a thing. I could go invade Australia. That would be fun. Let's go invade Australia. Since we got a big navy here, just to go do that. Let's just go shore up here. We could wipe out Korea. It'd be great. And seeing as no one's currently at war with us, we probably don't have to worry. And if anyone does go to war with us, we can probably just buy a nearby army to go fuck them up. And you know, in the spirit of the zeitgeist, let's just go burn down this part of Australia. We just burn Australia in general. A lot of spiders over there. Yeah, it's probably worth declaring war on. Sorry Australians if there's any watching this, but your country's a fucking nightmare. Oh, we also have another nuclear submarine over here because I've just started buying nuclear submarines just in case anyone pisses me off. And you can just stay there in case the Polynesians get any ideas. No one's settled New Zealand. There's loads of good stuff in New Zealand. Also, no sheep. What the fuck is that about? Although I suppose sheep probably... No, they wouldn't have been native to New Zealand before colonists introduced them, so... I could go just found a city. It's just sort of when there's plenty there to invade already, why bother? Actually, you know what? Fuck it. Let's take back that for the Iroquois. There we go, I have my war justification. They attacked the Iroquois like a century ago or something, so I'm taking it back. Taking back control. Bismarck's declared war on Xizong. I mean, they're like the remnants of the civilization. I mean, I think Germany's got some, yeah, it has got some stuff up here, but it's like, they're gonna have to go through me to get anywhere. Or a mountain, which that you just can't do. And they have got Cologne here, but like, what the fuck are they gonna do? Actually, who declared the war? Germany declared the war. Yeah, you want to give me 3 horses for some whales? I mean, I have got spare whales, but like, you've got plenty of money. Just give me that. I'll try it at 7. You're a fucking dickhead. Try it at 6. There we go. Wuzai Shan, everyone's to claim one. It's clear you're a fairly uncivilized brute. I have to warn you, your actions are starting to attract quite a bit of attention. That's a bit worrying. I don't think I've actually seen that before. Oh, Greece has just made a bunch of public declarations about protecting my city-states, I think. Genghis Khan's declared war on Solomon, but honestly, most of these people can't actually attack each other without going through my borders. Like, they're just so puny that there would be no point. But, I mean, you can fight little wars, but ultimately I'm gonna win. Why is there so little jungle up here? Like, most of this is jungle in the real world. Have they just cut it all down? Well, they must have, because it is only about the cities that's... Jesus. Indonesia's fucked up the Amazon. That's our job. You guys just keep producing cargo ships just for extra money, I guess. Well, unless there's any spaceship parts you can build, then keep producing cargo ships, I suppose. Or you could do the Great Firewall, just for a wonder, just to do. I mean, I think it's for something that's like an information... Like, if ever people get internet, then you negate their tourism thing, but like, no one's gonna become influential of me in this run, at least. It's basically pointless, but it's just something to build, something to do. You guys do a factory because you need production. Go for a hospital, why not? Right, you establish trade route with whoever makes the most money. Go with Samoa. Nothing to worry about, guys, just a massive navy just barreling towards your shores. Nothing to worry about. Ooh, India's got at war with the not the Iroquois, the Ottomans. That could actually be interesting, because the Ottomans do actually have some stuff left. I've mostly not actually touched them. There's a lot of people here that I could become allies with. I thought I was already allies with Milan, but yeah, that would be easy to take. I must have promised to go to war with Sejong at some point. I wasn't aware of that, but it's kind of perfect because I'm already in that direction, so I may as well. Sure thing, buddy. I mean, there's no actual way that they're going to help in this war whatsoever, but you know. See, I bet there's loads of like points at the start of this that I said, oh, I'm going to just be peaceful, I'm just going to make friends with everybody and just coast my way along, go for science victory, something like that, and now just own fucking everything. I don't want to use aluminium. You know what, we could probably do with like at least another worker just to help clean things up. That would be nice. You just surprisingly got high production, but I suppose you were Tokyo, but you didn't really have much to go on. Although I suppose now you do, because like the territory that they didn't have when it was Japan was mine from Rome, but they have some of that now to use for production, so the existence of this is actually probably lowering the production of both Rome and Greatville. Go for a market, Jesus Christ, why don't you have a market? What are you building there? Oh, the Pentagon. See, I'm building something like the Pentagon and I just forget about it because I'm building so many wonders at the same time because it's just sort of, you've denounced me. You've denounced me, even though you just asked me to go to war with someone. I said yes because like, oh, maybe I'll get in their good books. What the fuck is wrong with you? Whatever. I mean, I guess Alexander was right, it's starting to attract attention. As long as the Iroquois still like me, and this is when they're just about to denounce me probably. What is going on over here? Oh yeah, I just declared war in Korea, didn't I? Ah, they're probably mad about the navies about here, but do you know, this is probably just gonna make their navy start to go to shit at this point. I mean, I don't imagine they have too many ships up here still. They probably moved them back to Australia, but apparently they still have some hanging about that I didn't see before. They might just be hanging about up in Greenland. Ooh, Philadelphia's harsh. Why would you settle there? There's literally nothing about this. No wonder America's I mean, there's loads of space there. That's at least got something. Fuck turfs. The public school, I suppose. Ooh, wait, no, solar plant. How is Buddhism surviving down here? Fucking England, like, they've been gone for several centuries and their religion continues. You know what, actually, no, you need to go around to deal with Seoul. Not Seoul, Jeonju. I don't know. Do I have spare cotton? Yeah. I mean, to be honest, it wouldn't matter if I didn't, but still. Why are you so afraid of me? It's not like I could just, like, crush you by, like, accidentally walking through your territory and invading you. See, that's the funny thing. I think, on several occasions, and I think twice, actually, the Swiss army has been doing, military exercises, and Liechtenstein's like in between Switzerland and Austria, and it's tiny. They've accidentally fired on Liechtenstein as a declaration of war. No one's gotten hurt, but like it's counted as a declaration of war. They were just fine with it. It's just like, oh yeah, that's fine. They apologised and everything. It's like, oh no worries. What's happened? It says Polynesia replaced Greece as the ally of Bratislava. That probably means that their influence is quite weak there, and I need to go buy some people. Not like that. Like allies. You bastard, you stolen bands of Congo. Right, I'll go fix a bunch of things for money and get some more allies. Also, it is the world leader election. Not election, but like this should make me the host after this.
The first thing that humanity has built that humanity doesn't understand. The largest experiment in anarchy that we have ever had.
Yep. Ooh, engineer. I don't know. Like, fucking nuclear missile, why not? Just in case. Right, next technology. That also has doubled our tourism output, which should mean that we are rising quite quickly basically everywhere culture-wise. Influenced by player, rising at a rapid rate everywhere except where I'm like basically dominated the assets culture. Right, but what to research next? I think, see, it depends what kind of victory I want to even go for. Well, I think I do want to stick it out and go for science victory. In the spirit of that, let's do mobile tactics. Also, that gets us better infantry, which is just worthwhile. Right, we have currently 32 delegates. I can't change that at the moment, but I can go buy some allies to fix some things on that front. There was something else, Bratislava, I think, that's just been like replaced as an ally or something. Yeah, I did barely talk to them. 105 imps, they're not worth it. But just keep hammering on at Almaty and we might be able to get them on side. 44 influence, 29 influence, should be able to get them in a turn or two. Right, yeah, elect myself obviously, and I think that should make me host, which will give me a few extra delegates as well, but also it means that I'm not sure. I think Greece would still be making the second proposal, but they would have less. They would have 2 less seats. But we are slowly but surely actually getting through this mess. Alexander Graham Bell has arrived. What can you do that's actually useful? Actually, go over to, I suppose it doesn't matter too much, but like just go over to like Rome or something and speed up that cockpit. Right, you guys need to just heal up a sec. But just move inland just a bit in order to do that. And to be honest, we could probably just roll in there anyway, but just heal for a bit. Right, another worker over here. Actually, to be honest, you could probably go down south and fix up Athens or whatever I called it. So it would be more of just like a convenience just to take Munich at the moment, but I'm not going to bother with that because it's quite mean to just go invade someone. India's not afraid of your soldiers. Should you attack, it will be a terrible mistake. You're right to worry, it's time for you to die. You're just passing through, but we might come after you afterwards. A likely story. Well, if you declare war on us, you are literally dead, so don't bother. We're not here for you, we're here for the people next door that we have literally just declared war on, so you kind of expect us to attack them before we invade you. Also, we've got some friends over there that have been invaded. We need to liberate them. Also might just take some territory over there. This is what Scott Morrison or whatever. No, it wasn't Scott Morrison, but probably along those sort of lines. Also an ideology has just been adopted. Please be freedom. Mongolia's adopted order, of course they have. There was when there was the New Zealand attack, which is a white supremacist. There was a politician. I don't know fuck all about Australian politics, but they basically said, oh, the reason that this terrorist attack happened was the rising number of Muslims in New Zealand. Fucking twat. That's probably what they think Australia looks like, but they're a fucking twat. No world leader chosen. Oh yeah, but hopefully I'm the host now. Also,
the field of stars is so vast, but that man has measured it.
Yes, Hubble Space Telescope. Forgot I was even doing this. 2 free great scientists, where it was built. Free spaceship factory, which increases production of spaceship parts, and also in general just extra production for spaceship parts. quite the fair amount. Where was that? Yeah, over here. Mad. Who are they? Niels Bohr and Mikhail Lamonus. I don't know. Star stuff. Medical lab, I suppose. Mad. Go for a research lab. I'm surprised you haven't got one already. But also, same time, it's not actually worth building an academy with these guys anymore. So just discover that.
All men can see these tactics whereby I conquer. But what none can see is the strategy out of which victory is evolved.
Pretty cool. I'll go upgrade a bunch of people over here if I had the money for it. And you as well, just get ahead on the research. And that should basically be a free technology. Yeah, we can do anything we want in one turn. So go do particle physics. I think it is basically already done. It just needs one turn to even research it. But make a proposal. How am I not the host now? Do they just stay the host forever? That's dumb. I don't need to be in friendly territory. Right. We'll do that later. But you can go invade these people now. And to be honest, I probably don't need to heal up that much, because as soon as my rocket artillery arrive, they are fucking dead because they have 47 defense, which is very low. Just scrub up that full out, please. Right, new proposal. I mean, I'm still gonna... Ooh, International Space Station. Go for it. I'm bound to win that, so why not? What do you get out of it? I know that you get a wonder out of it if you win, yeah. Wonder appears in capital, +1 production from scientists and +1 science from engineers. Great science provides 33% more science when used to discover new technology, mainly be built using the World Congress. You also get a free great scientist if you, you get a silver, which is contributing a fair amount but not the most, and if you contribute enough you get a one-time research boost as well. Right, you guys come in and just go sit on that oil, and I think you can attack cities, possibly not. No, apparently not. But you are actually hidden there, so you may as well just stay there and attack any navy that shows up. Actually, whilst we're on that, I did just put this one to sleep up here, but I can actually just go send that to go deal with the Korean navy up here. I think my battleship can attack cities, but I'm not sure. Here's a ranged unit, which I thought was the requirement, but I think no, they might actually have to be melee units to do that. Also, Arabia's declared war on Korea, so I might want to go take that over quickly before they take it before me. But I am probably about to declare war on also Hong Kong. Well, I wasn't involved with Hong Kong anyway, but there's John Cage over here. See, I wonder if they actually do, because John Cage is the guy that composed the masterpiece 4 minutes 33 that we perform in our music episode on Breaking Bollocks, which is, spoiler alert, basically 4 minutes 33 seconds of silence. It's sort of avant-garde. It's like, ooh, I'm doing something. It is sort of a joke piece, but some people do play it sort of seriously. That's bizarre.
Those who lose dreaming are lost.
Right, we have Sydney Opera House, which gives us free social policy, plus 50% culture in the city, and 2 slots of great works of music. Must be constructed in a coastal city.
Every particle of
I believe
matter
that's in
is
Wheatley.
attracted by or gravitates to every other particle of matter, with a force inversely proportional to the squares of their distances.
Fun. What a fun, inspirational quote. Solar plant in Port Sam, since it's in a desert apparently. Right, new policy as well. Go to our freedom, and we can do chance of rigging election 68 double, but I always rig it fine anyway, so that's unnecessary. +1 culture from each great work, that would be good, but tourism isn't changed, that's unfortunate. And +3 gold from all your trade routes with other civilizations following the freedom ideology. I think that's actually relatively few people, unfortunately, so I'll go for creative expression. Actually, SS engine out, what does that? 38 turns there. But in Mad, it should be a lot quicker. We can just actually cancel the research lab here, because it's unnecessary. 16 turns over here, go do that. Adopt another policy. Oh, did we just get one free, but also just got enough for... Right, we did that at the same time. So we can either get Arsenal of Democracy for +15 production when building military units, +15 influence from military units gift to city-states, combat strength to city increased by 33%, or 1 local happiness from every watermill, hospital and medical lab. I think I would go with Arsenal of Democracy, given that I'm invading quite a few people. And go for robotics, seeing as it leads to nanotechnology, which is the last thing that we need for our final spaceship part. Just charge in, I suppose. Just don't die. Great general there. Who actually are you? Oh, you don't actually have a name. That's annoying. I think you can fire next turn. Yeah, you should be able to. I mean, you are a tank, so you're probably fine just to go in even on half health. Jesus, you really are shit, aren't you? I guess attack it just for fun. I don't really need the tank if I'm honest. Or actually no, it might be worth keeping it around for... Oh well, it's probably dead, but if I can, it would be worth keeping around for going after Arabia afterwards, but... can you attack? Yeah. Yes, you can attack the city. Unfortunately, you can't for some reason. Annoying thing. Melee attack. May into ice tiles, that's interesting. Can't see submarines, is invisible, can carry 2 cargo. Bonus when attack, I think that's like missiles that it can carry. I think it can actually carry nuclear missiles, hence it being a nuclear submarine, but if I want to attack anyone with nuclear missiles I can use something like this. I mean, we can just check ahead with what the Arabian Navy might be doing, but beyond that, this can't actually be of use. Not sure why the Aztecs are sending units over here. They might be planning like a small scale invasion or something, I don't know, but bazooka, just move this in here. I think it needs to be right next door for it to attack. Suffice to say, we can probably handle whatever either Korea or Arabia throws at us, to be honest. I am definitely declaring war on Arabia now. I was going to just go, nah, just leave them be if they don't attack me, but I want Sasmid now. I asked that you might also be compassionate towards those like myself who are weak. Too bad, I'm already invading them. I'll be kind to you because you've not been a dickhead, but like... And I keep forgetting to pay people to my allies, damn it. How much do I need? To 2? Oh, they keep stealing my fucking allies. Tank was damaged, but I don't think it's dead. No, quite close to it, but they are very weak. Right, tank gets upgraded, so just heal that instantly. And you can attack, whatever. I do not care. This is just sort of having a bit of fun with them, if I'm honest. Want some bazookas at it. Actually, you are probably, yeah, our naval attack, so if we do manage to weaken it down to basically nothing this turn, and seeing as there's fucking rocket artillery here, we probably will, then the tank can just take it. Yeah. And just like that, I think that means Korea's dead, which means I don't actually have to go deal with their navy. Oh well. What a shame. My unwavering search for science has blinded me to the true threat to my nation, until it was much too late, leaving me to my darkness. Bit depressing, but we are more scientifically advanced than you, so you should be for this. Great puppet, raise it, view city. I think I'll annex it. And then go liberate, whack Sasmir, whatever, and just quickly go upgrade my units here. Do I want to upgrade them first, or do I want to get influence? Whatever. I'll just go buy back Brussels quickly. Can we buy these guys? 30 influence. Fine. Right, allies. But I do want to go upgrade my infantry before I attack Arabia, which I'm pretty sold on doing. Who would I want to actually fire the nuclear weapon on? I think Mecca, probably. You just scout ahead though, see what's going on up here. By the looks of it, not much, but I'll just wait outside, see what happens. Right, you go to Samoa, you guys courthouse, and you guys just move along. To be honest, we probably don't actually need to upgrade the infantry first. We can probably just declare war on Arabia now. Fuck it, let's do that. Not a brash decision whatsoever. I mean, they're the second bit. They're a threat to me. Yes. That's why I'm attacking them, not just because I fancied more territory for no reason, really. To be honest, it's probably worse for me than it's good for me, but... Yep. Just gonna drop a bomb there. Enjoy that. I'm not planning on taking that, I just wanted it to blow up. This is probably gonna backfire. And I think that should wipe out a fair chunk of the military. It's moved that down to 11 people, so minor victory against some ships over here, but I would just defend and see what happens. Right, I think we'd be going for Akwesasne first, but could go take Baghdad. To be honest, we've got spare troops over here to go do that, so let's go do that with one half of my forces and just like take 2 at a time, because I feel like we could probably fairly comfortably do that. And we'll leave India be, at least for the moment. Oh yeah, I forgot that they can range attack me. Well, that carrier's dead, but oh well. There you go, you can have 1 victory. You shed first blood. Well, I technically shed first blood when I nuked your city, but could also just go take Shiraz if I fancied it, but I don't fancy it because it's... Who wants Tasmania? Oh yeah, they're gonna go attack all my city-state allies, but I think they can defend themselves alright enough. New unit from Mbanza Congo, where's that? Given to me, mechanized infantry, nice.
A robot may not injure a human being or through inaction allow a human being to come to harm. 2. A robot must obey any orders given to it by human beings, except when such orders would conflict with the first law. 3. A robot must protect its own existence as long as such protection does not conflict with the first or second law.
That also gives us missile cruisers, which could search out nuclear submarines, but I don't think any other civilization is capable of producing nuclear submarines at this point, so that's basically pointless. And also spaceship factories, but I'm not in a massive rush if I'm honest. I mean, just destroy those workers, I guess. Sink that, and our bazooka has got an upgrade, which can be cover, barrage, or accuracy. Let's go for cover. Apparently there's a worker here. Just go up to Ashens. The Ashens needs a lot. Why didn't I have a library? That just seems bizarre. Right, what to do next though? I can get lasers, globalization, nuclear fusion, or nanotechnology. I think I'll go for nanotechnology just for the spaceship part, but 'tis the end game now, as that quote from that movie said. Oh, I need visibility to fire. Actually, probably just stay there. Wait for visibility given by our infantry over here. Anyone that we can still buy as allies that isn't already hating us. Milan maybe. 56. Yeah, why not? Oh wait, no, I was gonna improve people, but I think it costs like a fairly small amount of money to improve them because I don't know. Yeah, it costs 10 to upgrade it, but that is quite a significant upgrade in strength, so don't know why that's so low. It might actually be a bug. These guys won't get upgraded, but we don't need it that badly. Just get a start on attacking Akwesasne. I think Jeonju was originally area up here, but seeing as I took that before they founded that city, they just like go through a list and see what they've already got, so they just named that Jeonju. So I'm sure people in area were a bit confused by it, but oh well. You can go over and just begin to deal with some people over here. It really does not take a long time to get across our empire by now. There's 4 turns to go basically halfway across Asia. I mean, that navy's actually dead now, so we don't need you to be up here, but crawl back to area, I suppose. Just artillery. I mean, it's doing minuscule damage. Ooh, they might actually attack Purgatory, and I don't think I can attack back, but it's got a very good defense for some reason. Greek coup in Brussels, Jesus. You really want Brussels, don't you? I also do like that there is probably a way through the World Congress that you could actually like gift someone a victory by electing them as world leader, but having more seats than them. That's quite bizarre. Like, I could actually, I think, make Greece win if I wanted to end the game now, but I would maybe... It's just quite bizarre that you can voluntarily do that. Also, a city converted. Ashens is now Muslim. Okay. Well, it's not got many people, so I guess it was quite susceptible to that. But there is actually more pressure for Satanism, so we'll see what comes of that. But probably not too fond of me, just as I just like nuke them, so whatever. And just move this, I think probably more up here, because I think Baghdad will be harder to crack. Not actually sure what the mechanized infantry even do. I think they are basically like APCs and stuff. Like, they don't have like actual people. I think they do just like fire from the top there. So they kind of are like tanks. Anyone to fire on around here? To be honest, just go look about, see if there's anyone who might want to pick a fight. Why can't you power drop? Do you have to do it from our territory? I'm not sure this will actually be the finale. I mean, I think it could be. It's just sort of... I mean, it's mainly just how long it takes for these spaceship parts to produce. And basically, as soon as that's done, it's basically how long it takes for that to produce. Unless this is particularly holding out on us. But I have got a great engineer or something going over there to hurry that up, so hopefully that sorts itself out. Fortunately, they are fighting over in Yerevan, but I think they can handle it, and that's just sort of distracting the Arabian military. How can they see my submarine? That's cheating. I thought it was invisible. Maybe it's not invisible to cities. Fine. I would ask you to pay more, but you are quite pathetic, so. And we are now influential of Brazil. Well, nearly influential. China, quite close. Arabia, I doubt we're going to get in this run, to be honest, but we've also become dominant of the Iroquois in time since, which means that we've maxed out our influence there. Ottomans very close, Polynesia less so, Indonesia less so as well. India I don't think we're going to crack, and Greece I doubt we're going to crack either. But, I mean, we are like right next door to an Indian city now. Well, we were before, but we got more borders with them, we're closer to them, so that should maybe help us. But for the moment, they have actually got a fair amount of people, and I don't think I've been to war with them in a proper sense. Like, I've annoyed their navy a bit, and they gave me New Rome, formerly Mumbai. They're quite successful up here, just quite isolated, I guess. To be honest, actually giving me Mumbai was probably quite a defensive move, because if I don't declare war on them, also I killed a Chinese spy. Care to explain? Hello there. Yeah, can you not spy? Oh well, they operate as we need them to. Well, yeah, they're fucking dead, so I don't think so. Yeah, because they can't exactly go through me to get to India, and there's mountains here that stop them from going around, really, so... And if I don't attack them, then the Ottomans can't really get to their main cities, at least by land. Right, you guys can fire, I believe. We just need to get some sort of melee unit close enough, which should be done there. If you guys fire, that might actually... yeah. They're very close to death. And we are going to liberate that one, rather than annexing it like we normally would. Extra strength against land units, I suppose. We might have to fire on it by bazooka, and then next turn we should be able to take that. We now have visibility, so we can start firing on these guys up here. It's not quite as successful, but it's still doing a lot of damage. You guys probably come down here because we're probably going to move on to more cities around this area. And can you power drop? No, I'm not sure what the rules are on power dropping, but Alexander Graham Bell, move over here, and can you not hurry up the production here? Do you have to be inside the city? Why can't you do that? Not sure, maybe it has to be a building. I'll make a manufacturer here anyway, but that's a bit frustrating. I need to go buy back Brussels quickly, I've been forgetting to do that. 25, can do that quickly with 1,000, quite comfortably. How many seats have we got? Just check that that's up to... yeah. I think next person would probably be Milan. 17 to go. Should be able to do that. Gajamada has once again declared war on Washington. Just to put the final nail in the coffin there. Which probably means that Milan would just cede to me unless there's someone higher influence than me but less influence than America. But I think they're pretty guaranteed to just wipe America out. A lot of people being wiped out. So Korea's been wiped out. How many civilizations are actually left? I think it's a fairly low number for what we started with. And that is largely to do with me, but it's not all me. I just, created the tension, the world tension which that happened, but... Ooh, also incidentally, Star Stuff's just been born in game time. Disagreements with you've denounced me, why would I... Will you join me? Fuck off. Why would we declare war on someone for you? You just denounced me. See, they're denouncing me probably for being warmongers, but what? I regret any confusion by our late agent's recent activity. Please let any hostile... See, she reacted really badly when I asked her to stop, but now she's thought about it a little while. She's like, oh wait, no. We probably shouldn't piss off the biggest empire in the world that's decimated our civilization. I forgive you. Does that have any effects? No, I forgive you. Make me glad that you'll overlook this awkward circumstance. Does that change anything? You forgive them for fine. Yeah, that does have a slightly positive bonus, but I doubt it's going to change their mind about me. Greece! What's with all the coups? Did I even own that? I think I did, but... See, they're getting desperate, but I hope that means that they fail coups and then die. They're spies. Because espionage isn't really linked to how many cities you've got and how much power you've got. It's just linked to how many eras you've gone through, like after Renaissance. That, you know, your spying power doesn't really change much. So even though I've destroyed a lot of their civilization, they can still fuck me up with spies, but not so much with their money. Oh, also some defensive pacts have just ended. Great. Get Sophia, please. Actually, you know what, I'll go buy Milan first. Actually, no. This is so annoying. Right, you just 25 influence quickly. There we go. Go for a public school over here. Also, what the fuck's happening over here? I think it's just getting annoyed at... It's just got a lot of privateers, which is great if anyone decides to attack me that is near Kazil, because it means that they can just steal all their ships. Go for factory here. It's got quite low production. I think we've almost cleared up the damage done in Beijing. Right, manufactory here. 17 turns for that. And however many turns it takes for our SS stasis chamber, and that should be us at victory. 9 turns for a booster over there. Where are our other boosters? There's one in Firebolt, and I think the other one might already be on the ship there. I'm not sure. I think that looks like it is, yeah. Oh wait, no, there'll be something in my like victory progress over here on, yeah, 1 booster done, 1 in Pate that's near being done, other one in Greatville. That is being built in Rome. That I think we're researching, and that's being built fairly quickly in Mad. Yeah, how many civilizations? I didn't actually check how many civilizations are left. 14. It's quite extreme. I mean, I expected there to be less, if I'm honest, because I thought like there must be like nearly half as much as we started with, but not quite. Let the fire commence. Move in towards this, but you are probably more moving towards Anjar. Never even heard of that, but yeah, if you want to just like, actually artillery can probably do this. And now we're just going to go liberate this, liberate city. Nice. That's quite damaged, but still. We could go take Shiraz, but to be honest it's not worth the effort. And you just quickly go, just destroy them. Nice. You guys just move in there and defend whilst we batter down Baghdad. Big one being here. It's down in the red. Yeah, you can actually attack this turn on Anjar, and we can probably move on to some of the other cities in Eastern Australia. Actually, I mean, if we've got nothing else to do, we could quite easily take Shiraz, but I might want to go help up here, because there is quite the situation around Yerevan. Yeah, these are really powerful units. We can basically steamroll any civilization by the looks of it. Hey, you know what, fuck it, let's go take Shiraz. Just take a couple of units over there. It's just not, it's not massively worth taking, it's just annoying me that it's there. There's a tank over here, I forgot about that. Yeah, you can go and be the one to take Shiraz quickly. Right, you come and protect our interests over here in Yerevan. You are kind of a bit of a loner over here, but there are Yerevan's units around here. Milan and America no longer. Is that because they're dead? I think that might be because they're dead. Yes, it's because they're dead. They are sending a lot over here. Trade route plundered. God damn it. These sorts of things happen all the time, especially when you go about pissing off literally everyone. I mean, I'm not too keen on giving you stuff for free, but I've got 7 on it, so just go on there. Kamehameha's declared war on Bismarck. I doubt it'll make much difference, but you might take Cologne. Alexander declared war on Bismarck as well, so Cologne's probably gonna go, but I think these cities are probably fairly safe, because I don't plan on attacking Germany if I'm honest. Milan cross units, what is going on over here? Ah yes, I've just become the ally of Milan. Wait, no, I was the ally of Milan, but now someone else is ally of Milan. Right, so by how much? 6. I think I can do that. Just heal that up, because we don't want that going away. And we could probably take Baghdad this turn. You Do not actually need to attack. You can attack, but you might kill yourself in the process. Let's find out. You didn't quite. Let's annex it. Ah, you may be screwed there. Are you a range unit? Possibly. I would just stay on like our land here. And in quite a short amount of time, that's nearly dead as well. I mean, if they offer me a peace treaty, I'll take it, but I just wanted to go liberate that. So they offer me a good peace treaty where like, I get a city out of it, because that's like my default now. This city is also starving, but hopefully that'll stop when, yeah, they've got plenty of food around it. It's just that it's in resistance, so nobody wants to do anything with the food, I guess. Nuclear submarine over here. Is there any reason that you've just done that? None that I can tell, but you know what? Let's just go. How long does it take you to go anywhere? Literally can't tell, but oh well. Let's go buy back Sofia quickly. Also city connection established between Baghdad and Rome. I'm assuming it has like a harbour or something. How many seats in World Congress now? 40. Just need 8 more and we will have victory. Right, you fire there, and if you fire there, then we can take Anjar as well. There we go, annex that. We may have a happiness crisis in a little while, but oh well. Courthouse there. And we'll go on for Caesarea, I believe. You are willing to negotiate peace. What city are you willing to give me? Medina? Shiraz? No. Okay, let's try something else. Basra? No. Well, unfortunately... Well, let's go take that city, see what they say after that. Sounds like a fair deal, because I don't actually want Shiraz. But I want, if it's the least valuable city they have, it's probably what they'll be willing to give me. But I guess you guys just continue on your merry journey to Caesarea. Well, not particularly merry, it is war. Right, you over here, attack. You are quite wounded, but still attack. Right, you move through here and just start helping Yerevan out. Quite an awkward place to invade, but oh well. I could actually attack it from the mainland with some range light artillery units, but I don't think I necessarily need to. I'll just wear it down over time. I'm not accepting Shiraz. I'll have to try harder than that. I'm good. Oh, Jesus, they have got quite the military there. I am very sorry to Yerevan, but I could just send some units back or just buy a military nearby to take that. Yeah, I do need to go sort that situation out because they are really going to be fucking suffering in a second. Don't even know why I'm doing this war, but guess I just fancied it. We also probably have enough faith to buy anything faith-wise that we want right now, so I should probably go do that. What is Milan's beef with Indonesia? Did they not declare peace yet? Probably means that I should be at war with Indonesia, but I don't fancy that at the moment, and I think Milan's handling it. Cities. Attack those guys. Attack. Who are you even attacking? Those guys. You can now fire and destroy that. I might just have to offer them like something. I don't want Shiraz, if I'm honest. Which of these do I actually want? Yeah, actually it's in my best interest to make peace right now. Berlin, actually. I'd be willing to settle for Berlin. Berlin, please. Well then, this war will just have to continue till you give me it. Or something better. But it'd be quite nice to have Berlin since it's just like another capital under my possession, which should be nice. Right, oh yeah, we need to go protect Yerevan quickly. So units should be in production in places, but also if we can buy them, that would be good here. We can buy a guided missile, we can buy Landsknechts and artillery. Let's get some artillery over here. Just go get a bunch of paratroopers wherever we can, really. I don't think we have any atomic bombs nearby, unfortunately. I guess just attack on as many fronts as we can. Jesus. This has literally gotten... What the fuck have you been doing here? You just not actually produced anything, John Doe. You might want to just go help out with Shiraz, if I'm honest. Okay, you can now power drop. Not sure why you couldn't before, but... Khorasan, probably. There's also a worker here that can do fuck all. But, yeah, but actually just build a road to Baghdad, because I believe... Yeah, if that has a connection, then I can get a connection from there. Probably what this worker should be doing as well, but there is improvements to be made in Jeonju because that is pitiful. I have a feeling Yerevan's about to go, although there's not actually any melee units beside it at the moment, at least. Now influential of the Ottomans, we might actually still get culture victory. It's doubtful, but it's not impossible. 5 of the 12 left, because America went as well. Actually, 13 left. Yeah, very close to getting China, if we haven't already. Closing in on Indonesia and Polynesia. Greece attempted a coup in Hanoi, but failed. Getting quite desperate. They have now got infantry next door to Yerevan, so if I don't sort that out, then Yerevan's gonna cede to Arabia, at least until I take it again. Or get it in a peace treaty. But I'm not going to make peace with Arabia if they don't give me Yerevan, or if I can't take it back before they give me peace anyway. You here, targeting I suppose, take you out first. Yeah, heal right now, otherwise that great general's gone. Right, you can attack Kayseri at the moment. You can just take these workers quickly. I think we have actually got quite a bit of surplus aluminium if we wanted to upgrade some of our units to rocket artillery, which I want to do to this one, although it means that it can't move for another turn. But it will help to retake Yerevan, as it's probably gonna go this turn. I might not even need to use that artillery up there to help this, because I think this tank's got it. Yep, that's Shiraz gone, so annex that. Go for courthouse, and it doesn't actually resist at all. If you're willing to give me peace, like, what sort of deal are we looking at here? Like, they know that they're defeated, but are you willing to give me something a bit more worthwhile? You're willing to give me Kayseri, are you still not willing to give me Berlin? Because I could cut and run now and Yerevan would be fine. Okay, I'll give you something in return. 10 gold per turn. If you're not going to give me Berlin, then guess I'll have to just keep taking cities that you offer me in replacement of it. No, I think Yerevan's gone. Yeah. Oh well. Shit. Spy fled. Yeah. Okay. Hopefully, actually, with this rocket artillery, I can do like a cheeky take back of that. I thought you weren't supposed to be able to see nuclear submarines, but maybe destroyers can. I thought it was only missile cruisers that could do that, but Hong Kong's declared war on me. Greece has... wait, no. Greece replaced Polynesia, but then Arabia replaced Greece in the same turn, which means that Hong Kong's now at war with me, unfortunately, but it's all the way down here. They're not going to do anything apart from annoying me with like trade routes and stuff.
The impact of nanotechnology is expected to exceed the impact that the electronics revolution has had on our lives.
Cool. And you know what, I will actually settle, if you're willing, just Yerevan. Will I though? How much for both of them? Or do you draw the line? Right, first of all, would you be willing to set Berlin? No, you'd move that down to Yerevan. Fuck it, I don't need Berlin. I don't need this war. I just want Yerevan back. And I'm happy that I've taken a fair amount of territory and liberated the Iroquois thing. Yep. We have peace. Liberate that. That's sorted now. We don't really need Berlin. Although I'm sure we could have taken it if we wanted to, but shh. And now we have to decide what to name it. To be honest, is there anything really worthwhile here? I mean, there's some food here. It's just an island to have in Australia, which means that I don't know, we've actually not got any South American cities. That's quite bizarre. But other than South America and Antarctica, obviously we've got a city on every continent. Although depending on what you count as South America, you could count some of the Caribbean as part of South America, but I don't think most people do. I would count them as North America, although some people just count them as the Caribbean, because they're just islands, so they're not really connected to a continent. Aqueduct there. Also, nanotechnology means that we just have to find somewhere to produce our SS stasis chamber, not stone, because that would take fucking forever, and I think that should be our victory there. This episode might be a bit longer, probably will be a bit longer than usual, but like, what sort of time frame for MAD? Because I believe, yeah, 158 production, Christ. Yeah, 16 turns for them to do that, and I think if we just bring up a quick city list, if we sort by production, yeah, MAD is the best for that, although it could also go to Pay or Firebolt, and it would still be fairly speedy. Let's just see which would be faster. 24 turns there, yeah, that's not going to make up the difference, considering that's just 2 turns difference there for that to be finished. And here, 22 turns, so no. You will just do it there, which means in... actually, We could save up money. How much money to get our stasis chamber there? 2,500, I believe. Right, if we quickly get a great merchant, where's somewhere near to a city-state? You go up here from Banza Congo. We can do a trade mission, get loads of money, and potentially buy a city-state. Not city-state, spaceship part. And I think that should be us done once we just get everything over there. I think that should be faster. In fact, we could get 2 actually on the go at the same time. You're nearby to a city-state, so go for you. If we can. Yes, great merchant here as well. And that's us, I think, spent faith-wise. And our final production, probably, like research probably. Globalization, sure. You guys can probably just all heal up. In fact, it'd be extra cheeky and just nab a bit of, what's the most valuable bit here? No. Just get a bit more of this here by going in there. John Dew, I'm not really sure what to call this. Can't go that long. Can I go to just fucking nowhere? There we go. Fucking nowhere. Why not just call it Breaking Baghdad, if that fits? It doesn't look very good, but I could just go Breaking Baghdad like that. And let's just go for a jar, I don't know, jam jar, which I believe is Cockney rhyming slang for car. I'm not really sure what to do with half the military now. I'll just go put it all to sleep. Ooh, you guys can be XCOM squad now. I think that's like the best unit in the game. You guys, I can guess, upgrade to rocket artillery. It's just sort of, I need, I think, 1 or 2 bits of aluminium for my last spaceship part, so I don't want to use that up. Oh, we haven't thought of a name for this. Actually, to be honest, I could just burn that down, but let's keep it. Oh, I forgot to reassign the spy. Oh well. Can move it to the Arabian capital, see if they're planning anything, or somewhere that I don't like Ottomans or Indonesia. I think Indonesia is probably the biggest threat to me at the moment, actually, just based on their size, really. Look, John Stuart Mill over here. I'm not sure he's a merchant, more of an economist, but... Oh, I should probably stop spending money if I'm wanting to buy, I think. But if I've got 2 trade missions going, I should have more than enough money to do that. Right, Anthony Van Diemen, or whatever your name is, come down here. Drill. Also, by the way, these guys have a huge range, like, what is it? Up to 40 tiles. Which means that, yeah, they could power drop over here in Sparta from Africa. In fact, they could power drop right to Yerevan right now and jet back in, because this is like the sort of stuff that we haven't really discovered yet, even though globalization and the internet are on the same level, and we've got the internet and we've partially got globalization, I guess. For the most part, we haven't actually got globalization, but depends on your definition, I suppose. John Stuart Mill, go over to here, and we can actually do our trade mission right now for 3,000 gold, which is actually enough to buy that thing. In fact, we might, yeah, we probably would have enough to buy both the cockpit and the stasis chamber in Rome, or buy something else nearby, like right here. We can buy the stasis chamber here. And once we get our second trade mission going, that would probably be faster than the cockpit here. So actually, you know what, stop production of that. Produce something quite mundane, like a public school. And how much would it cost to buy our SS cockpit? Around about 2,000. We will have plenty if we do that trade mission, and it will be quicker than what other things we could do. And just build a citadel here. If you're trying to provoke a war, you're doing a fine job. Too bad. You just build a road to fucking nowhere. I could have tried to push in... I went for the International Space Station, but I could have tried to go for global ideology and probably could have gotten it through as freedom if I'd just like put all my weight behind it and not cared what Greece was going for. And that would be a nice finishing note, but I don't think I'm going to get to do that now. Refrigeration's been stolen. Oh no. Been meaning to move this spy for a little while as well. You can go do something in Mecca, I suppose. Also renaming Shiraz For some reason, the thing coming to mind is shizazz, even though I don't think that's a word, but... Or actually, shitazz. I mean, depending on who you are, that means different things. Why don't you have a fucking farm there? It's sort of when I conquer some cities, I'm like, what have they been doing here for centuries, and it seems like nothing. Right, stasis chamber, come up here. Add spaceship, and we can do trade mission over here. We have more than enough money for our cockpit to be bought over here. That can be added to the ship next turn. In fact, we probably have enough money to buy an SS engine over there. We don't necessarily even need to, we can just go buy some allies somewhere. How much do we need for you? 43 influence, we've got plenty of money to do that. New ally, great. I don't have a lot more places to actually buy. I guess these guys, you guys go for a factory because you got ship production, even though it won't matter whatsoever because we're gonna win probably before the 90s. I think most of Arabia cities have actually been founded by them. They've only conquered a few actually. It's a very different story with me, and my empire's much bigger, so you know, perhaps there's a lesson to be learned that, I don't know. There's no real moral story to this, it's just that. Might is right, I guess. Ooh, and a great writer has been born in Rome. Wonder if they've stopped having names at this point, because sometimes they do if you've had too many. Great writer. No, it's just a great writer, which gets me a fuck ton of culture. I can't actually make a great work because they don't have like a great work, it's just generic ones. Which means that I do actually have a social policy I can do, I think, at least next turn. Oh, we've got boosters now in 2 cities as well, which means it is just holding out on the SS engine. And, well, we're adding this to the ship, but it's just really transporting it at this point. Signed delegates, no thanks, I'd rather not, because people will vote for the International Space Station anyway, it's just that. I don't know why, I guess they are majority Islam, because yeah, they are in this area of the world, so, I mean, they're completely, but it's annoying that when they like promote a religion that they didn't found, but it's sort of, it does help them if it is that, because it's their majority religion. But add to ship, SS booster is on its way, and that will be done in 2 turns, so it is just getting the engine to there, and then that should be us finished. Quite enjoyed this series. It's more low-key than it would normally be. It has been pretty long, and the episodes have been getting pretty long. It'll be interesting switching to a different thing, because I've just been used to this for over a year, so... I'm still not entirely decided on what that'll be, though. I've got... influential of China now. I've got a few that it could be, because I've got a few, like, planned on our database quite far ahead. But that's mainly because we moved to the 2-week thing before, and I just kept the plan, so that like doubled the amount that we had planned ahead. I've got I think 3 different games that it could be, but then even then I could make it something else that I might be doing like a review on at some point in the future, but just not do a review on it, because I'm going to try not to do reviews of series that I've already done, but I don't know, might change that. One of them I'm pretty sure it's not going to be that, because I have played that fairly recently. It wouldn't be as fun for me. But it would be like a story-based game. Right, also new social policy, which can be treaty organisation. I don't need that. Or economic union, or covert action. Let's go for economic union. Because I do have fair free trade routes with Indonesia, I believe, and they have freedom as their ideology. Also China, if I have any trade routes there. And I think Brazil might have freedom as their ideology as well. Medical lab over here. What have we got over here? Oh, we got an atomic bomb and a nuclear missile. Well, that should be a fun finale. Can I launch a nuclear missile at Delhi? Yes. And can I launch a nuclear missile at whatever that place is? Not a nuclear missile, an atomic bomb. Yes. That sounds like a fun finale. Let's just nuke India at the end of this. By the way, like, all this, it might come off a bit weird just saying, oh, let's just nuke this place, like nuking Mecca, because I'm pretty sure some conservative pundits on like Fox News have suggested nuking Mecca before. So if any of that seems a bit dodgy, it is just because of the game and they're powerful and it's nearby or convenient. It's not anything to do with my personal beliefs. Personally, I'm completely against nukes and think they should all be destroyed, but that's never going to happen because people are idiots. So could this, like, power drop across the Pacific? Yes. You can just fly across the Pacific with these guys. That's pretty cool. I think basically the description is that they could drop anywhere in the world, which essentially, not literally because it is quite a big world, but I think if you did have a smaller map, they can pretty much go anywhere they want. Just sleep for now. Once we actually have the spaceship, we'll launch our bombs. Or once we're just about to finish, we'll launch our bombs, maybe. I mean, give us 10 turns to prepare, sure, why not? I could probably kill Mongolia, but we're going to be done before that happens anyway, so why not just commit to any wars that anyone asks me to do now? Yeah, sure, why not? Let's go all out on that war. I didn't ask anyone to actually help me with the war against Arabia, but they wouldn't have helped anyway, even if they'd committed to it. It was more of an impulsive decision. Let's just go get that territory. I fancy a bit of Australia. I'm not even sure if there's a city in Australia that would represent, because that area is quite sparse. No, there might be a city around there, but just nothing really that significant. Like, I think like Port Augusta might be around there, but who's actually heard of anywhere in Australia? It's a made-up place. So we have all our spaceship parts. We just need to get them onto our ship, and I think it's just this. Hang on, no, there is a booster here. That is 2 turns away from Rome. And how many turns is our engine away from Rome? In 3 turns, we will finish the game. Okay, and the International Space Station has now been voted for, so we can put production towards that. It's not going to get finished, but may as well just put everything on that. And we still only just launched more nukes than America has in its history, although Hiroshima bombs were quite small, although they were still devastating, don't get me wrong. It's just now they have a lot bigger stuff. Also, fun fact, apparently the Earth's waters are warming at a rate, if we dropped I think somewhere in the millions of Hiroshima bombs every second into them, which seems fucking insane. Don't know, to be honest, having any number of Hiroshima bombs being dropped in the ocean any second as our rate of warming seems a bit extreme. Oh well, you know, we're all doomed.
The new electronic interdependence recreates the world in the image of a global village.
Yeah, I thought like if we launched even like a few nukes now, we would enter a nuclear winter, but it's sort of like we're kind of heading towards a not entirely dissimilar situation now, just without any nuclear weapons. And we can either do nuclear fusion or lasers. Let's do nuclear fusion, because that sounds cool. Also, here you get, what's this? Giant death robots, which are also pretty cool. And that's been added to the ship. It is now just the engine that needs to come along, and we'll have won the game. So yeah, I guess before we do that, let's just go launch our nuclear missile at Delhi, just for the heck of it. By the way, what is that? It's a great water bomber. I've not actually seen a nuclear missile being launched, I think in the game at all. It's quite a bit more destructive. Ooh, that is quite... Ooh. That's nasty. It's a fucking nuclear missile. Ooh, 8 people. Oh, I feel bad, but just decimate it a bit more. To be honest, doing a bit more than decimating it. Yeah, you guys get the smaller one, but still not exactly ideal for you guys. Just because I fancied it and I can. That's why you should build bomb shelters. It's also why I should never be asked to rule anything. Did they just fucking steal Sophia? They did as well. Just go take that back before I finish up, because I have the money for it. In fact, I have the money to basically take anywhere I want. 27, oh bastards. Got Kathmandu. I didn't even notice we got Kathmandu, but go get Hong Kong, I guess. Now ours. Could we actually win in the World Congress if we did wait? Not quite, but would be a little bit of a... Actually, if we sent all our spies around, we'd only have to buy, I think, one more place and hold on to what we already have. Our Matty's gone as well, and we can buy that back. We can actually win 2 victories at once if we just quickly move everyone to people's capitals. I mean, I'm game. Oh wait, no we wouldn't, because we'd have to wait 12 turns for the actual vote, but yeah, it's in the spirit of it, I guess. Do we have any nukes just lying about, by the way? Just check, just so we can launch them before we finish up. We have a nuclear missile sleeping over here. Launch that at, I don't know, somewhere near, launch it there maybe. We just had to evacuate a diplomat. Whoops. And do we have any atomic bombs anywhere? Just don't mind the crime I'm committing at the moment. Okay, SS engine here. Add to spaceship, and I believe we are victorious. Yes, it's launching right here. Up you go into the stars, like the magnificent phallus you are.
Achieve victory through mastery of science. You have conquered the mysteries of nature and led your people on a voyage to a brave new world. Your triumph will be remembered as long as the stars burn in the night sky.
Cool. Okay, so let's just look at some info here. That's just the basic victory stuff. Winning on all categories. 90 million people. I'm not sure how much. That's more than Germany, I know. Crop yield. I don't really know how to quantify crop yield very well. Several billion. No. Wait. No. A billion. More than a billion bushels seems quite like a lot. More than a billion tons of goods seems like quite a lot. Nearly 2 billion in gold seems like quite a lot. I'm not sure what that would be in actual currency, but well, it doesn't have like a weight there of gold to quantify that, but I'm assuming like kilograms or something, or tons of that. Nearly 10 million square kilometers. I think that's rivaling Russia. Actually, no, I don't think it is. Nearly 500,000 soldiers, 100% approval, and 95% literacy. Pretty damn good. Just some rankings here. Yes, we are better than Augustus Caesar. This is the best that I've ever done in this game. And by the way, yes, Dan Quayle is the worst here for 0. That goes up to Ethelred the Unready. Not actually sure what they did, but you can get a clue from the name. Warren G. Harding I've just never heard of. I think he might be the one that like died a month into office in the US. I think he was a president. Nero, you can probably think of what he did wrong there. Andrew Jackson, I believe he lost the War of 1812 and also was the first person to get impeached. Neville Chamberlain, quite a famous coward, I guess, to do with World War II. Louis the 16th, I believe he was the one that got his head chopped off in the French Revolution. Herbert Hoover, I've heard of him, but I'm not sure exactly what he did. Henry VIII, I mean, wasn't exactly terrible, but wasn't exactly great. Ivan the Terrible, probably, I think like he conquered most of what is now Russia, and that's why it's so big, but there wasn't really many people there to disagree, so I had no idea who that is. Lech Walesa. I've heard of Simon Bolivar, but not actually sure what he did as well. Charles de Gaulle, pretty good leader from what I can tell. Joan of Arc as well. Marcus Aurelius, heard of but not sure what he did. Nelson Mandela, obviously quite a good leader. And then like from I think 10th place up you've got people that are widely regarded as good leaders. Not actually sure who Hammurabi is. I need to educate myself on world history, but I probably know more than most people, so. But yeah, I've achieved my who I started the game as, so. Found Rome a city of bricks and left it a city of marble. Replay, we can do a replay of a couple of things, I think. So we have got like a step-by-step thing, I think, of, yeah, turns here for what happened, but there's just a lot of stuff in here. But I can have it as graphs here over time of score, so we all started pretty close together. Some people just dropped off whilst they died, and then I shot up like that. Gold points from city connection, gold points from deals, that went all over the place. Building maintenance, mine went up very sharply. Culture per turn, I had a big drop there for some reason, not sure what that was. Excess happiness, mine was all over the shop, quite low for quite a while. Food per turn, yeah, mine went up quite sharply. I think that might be India there. No, actually it's not. I'm not sure whose that line is. Oh, I think it's Arabia's. Gold per turn, obviously mine went up quite sharply as well. Happiness, it seemed to, oh, that's like total happiness, so that's, like, mine had to go up countering my unhappiness, but improved that. Yeah, to be honest, most of this is just me going really high up. Military might, see that was a bit, compared to what I was at the end, this is making everything else look tiny. There's a big drop there, can't remember, that might have been, like, I destroyed a bunch of units or lost a bunch of units in a thing. Number of cities, I think that's the Greek deal there. I burnt a couple of them and then that went up quite sharply again. Number of known techs, that is just a pretty straight line. Population, fairly clear where that went. Anything worth? Total land, I guess, might be, all of this is just me going up really high, but I guess the most interesting would probably be the map over time. So we all start off in our starting locations here. Let's see what happens. A couple of places growing. Don't think anyone's founded another city yet. Greece found one, Japan found one, I found one. England's gone, and Greece is expanding rapidly. Some guys in South America expanding rapidly. I think that's why Aztecs weren't successful. They had some pretty expansive neighbours. Ottomans expanding rapidly. Zulus going quite quickly. Myself as well. Then the Netherlands started stirring shit up and I took that from them. And then this is sort of where my conquest started. And then they started annoying me a bit more and I took Bumfish from the Zulus and got Mercury. And then, yeah, it started and I think wiped out France, yep, there. Then, oh, Greece took that. Oh yeah, I gifted that Greece because I was actually friends with Greece for quite some time. Ah, those were the days. And then what happened? Oh, I started taking a few more cities around there. And just sort of things moved on slowly. What's the next big thing to happen? Can't actually remember. Yep, took Amsterdam. Then things just sort of plodded along. I think it yet took some cities over there. Not sure who that was from actually, that might have been Ottomans. Yeah, it must have been. And then got, oh yeah, Korea's now been destroyed quite a bit. And then we get into our end game, and it should be, yeah, pretty close to getting all of Greece, well, most of Greece there. And then, yep, got more of Korea, I think, soon. Well, they took Japan first, then I took Japan. Then I took the rest of them, gave that to Brazil because of a happiness crisis. Took Mongolia, but I didn't even notice I'd done that yet. Then, yep, took Greece. That was the last episode or episode before that. And now this episode, taking over Arabia there. Pretty neat. You can just stay for one more turn, or you can click Go Beyond Earth, which basically sends you to the Steam page for Beyond Earth, which I do actually own, but I don't want... I don't think it's as good as the Civ games. Although it is still a civilization game, it's not as interesting because like, the world history makes it interesting and it's just quite different and bizarre. So I'm guessing that was like developed in conjunction with this game, just quickly get rid of that. And that is us done this because, yeah, we've won. And now we're not actually holding the world leader things anymore, I don't think. Well, we might still be holding that, but I mean, I think, yeah, I'd win that once I get my diplomats in place, but that's us then. And I could have gone on to do other victory types, I think, fairly easily. It's the quickest way was this. And also I quite like being sciencey, but I guess now that's kind of... I was going to be quite peaceful, but I think, yeah, I have 43 cities or somewhere in that range. Actually no, 44 cities. Now, some people might say that I won the game because I went into space. Well, not went into space, but I also went, I think it's like the Ego 12 for Centauri or something. But I would say that I won the game because Back to the Future was just developed, and given that I own pretty much everything, it was probably developed in Rome. So, you know, I'm going to count that as the reason that I won. I'm not actually going to reveal what the next series will be, and that's because I don't actually necessarily know, because I have a few in mind. I've got one planned. It is quite a long story, but it's good. But I could also do like a review video on that, or just change the order that I'm doing the series. I know one that is probably not going to be that I'd do like way in the future, if this is even still going in the future, because by the way, I'm also planning on going to uni this year, depending on whether my application's accepted, because I did put it in pretty late. But that's a story for another time, so that might change how the channel works, I'm not sure. But I'm sure it'll still be going in some form, even if it's quite infrequent. I've very much enjoyed this series. It's a very addictive game, hence why this episode is currently a little over 3 hours in recording. So this is going to be a bastard to edit, but yeah, I hope you enjoyed it as well. It's not gotten the most views out of anything, but to be honest, it's just sort of a nice sort of invade everything them up, and yeah, nice and peaceful, all like that. But it's not as high octane and story focused. It's more sort of, I've created my own story where I own everything. I don't know how I've done this so well, but I think next time I do play this, I will have to up the difficulty, because I've obviously gotten quite a bit better. But I do think I have just gotten lucky, in which something that I've not actually seen in any other games, that I think maybe once I saw it in another game, like Sweden gave me something, but beyond that, I've not actually seen civilizations gifting me stuff for peace that often, especially not to the scale that Greece did with like giving me 6 cities, and I didn't even ask for that. They did that of their own will, if I remember correctly. Anyway, this has been long enough. I will see you at the next series, whatever that may be. I'm not 100% set on it, but it could be one of two things, I think, now. Anyway, I've been Firebolt, and this has been Civilization 5, our finale.